A car like Truex does, you have a 3-second lead.
That was old school ass whipping for sure.
The most boring winner in the Cup Series today, but he is the most likeable guy on the grid. How? Not one person has a problem with him.
Hey there, folks. Thank you so much again for joining us for another episode of NASCAR Cup Dates. This weekend we found ourselves at Sonoma. And how did the race hold up? Simple, cut and dry. Don't really know what else to say about it. It was just as normal of a NASCAR race as you could possibly get. On top of that, though, we found ourselves at Le Mans, 24-hour race. And I personally love sports car racing. I love endurance racing. And a lot of the NASCAR faithful tuned in to see something they normally wouldn't watch. Not a lot of NASCAR fans out there would watch 24 hours of Le Mans. But because of the Garage 56 entry, NASCAR decided to field a car, retrofitting a NASCAR-style Chevy Camaro, having it to Le Mans specs, and it's the most out-of-place car on track, but it looks stellar. And hearing that distinct NASCAR sound amongst all the turbo hypercar just noise out there, that felt really cool hearing that just wind on by. We're not a sports car channel, we're a NASCAR channel. And with that, let's get to it.
So before this weekend happened, we got to see NASCAR's European adventure to the motherland. Redneck invasion of the 24 hours of Le Mans. The French never saw it coming. We have never looked more out of place than we did, my lord. The perfect advertisement of Sonoma the weekend just gone. Imagine if that was the shambles that is Texas. So to start this race, we took a trip into another universe where Sonoma was green, the stage racing concept was fucked off with, and Denny Hamlin managed to score a pole position on a road course. What the fuck? Stage 1 went completely green, and Denny managed to hold on for 10 whole points. What the fuck? And Toyota managed to pull off a sweep of the top 5 before the end of the stage. Life felt complete. But then, the obligatory caution in a NASCAR race. We had one a few laps after stage 2, where Truex had just taken the lead.
So just about at the 50-lap marker, Zane Smith brings out the first caution of the race. Zane Smith bumps into his own tire, sending it out into the pit road. NASCAR calls a caution to go ahead and clean that up, as they normally would in most, not all, but most situations. I think NASCAR needs to reevaluate how they throw cautions in situations like this. Pit road equipment, other tires going out on the pit road itself, needs to be more of a case-by-case basis, more simply on track-by-track. Let's examine this for one moment. Second to last corner of the track is Sonoma's most notable aspect, the hairpin. So you'll see a lot of drivers pull all the way to the left, go down before the hairpin, and take the long access road around before they proceed into pit road. There's a lot of time that drivers have before actually getting in the pits when you know they're going to be there. Cases like this, a lot of times, a crewman can simply go out, grab the tire, or a NASCAR official, and bring it back. If you know you have the time, why not send someone out to go get it? You don't need to throw an unnecessary caution, stack the field back up, especially at a track like Sonoma where cautions easily can breed cautions. Everyone saw what happened near the end of the race when Denny Hamlin hit the wall and everybody starts getting into somebody and starts spinning out. NASCAR called no cautions for any of those. Excellent job on NASCAR by that, but I believe they need to be a lot more individual with some of the tracks. A lot of tracks are different nowadays. I think they need to make this a case-by-case basis, and that'll greatly, greatly improve a lot of what we see on track and on pit road.
Such a bullshit caution. Zane Smith wasn't the only caution, because Denny Hamlin, and this is where you find out what it's like to be a Denny Hamlin fan. I had a ball of string here, I could show you. I don't have a ball of string, I have this. Alright, this, Denny Hamlin's race. Watch what I do. He managed to turn, smacked the inside wall, smacked the outside wall, spun and crab walked all the way around to the pits. He ran out of time on pit road. I've not seen that in a very long time. So that's how being a Denny fan is like in 2023. So on the final restart, it was the battle of the initials. The initial battle. MTJ. KFB. Tyler Reddick actually managed to blow a tyre and cut through the hairpin to get back to pit road. And NASCAR still penalised him for cutting the course. It's saving him a job. I guess consistency has its downsides sometimes. So it goes without saying that Truex is an absolute god and managed to win the race ahead of Kyle. Again, just the most boring winner. Just runs off and makes it boring, and we still love him for it. My guy.
Now it's time for Dan's Strong Opinions.
So now we move on to my personal favorite bit of the show, Dan's Strong Opinions. So what opinions do I have this week coming for y'all? Really simple one. I wholly believe that NASCAR needs to implement what they've done here in Sonoma with the stage breaks or lack thereof and put this into effect with every other circuit that we see. I honestly thought the quality of racing without the forced cautions was a lot more entertaining. It definitely adds a lot more of the spice of life with how NASCAR wants you to be competitive for those top 10 spots. They want you there. They want to reward you for it. No problem. Just don't reset the field. Don't create a forced caution. Cautions do breed cautions. That is known. Let them go the natural way. Let them race it out. I think that NASCAR needs to say, okay, this experiment we're doing with road courses needs to go back into effect for all tracks. These are my opinions, and I'm sticking to them.
So, moving on to picks, and I can't catch a fucking break. I bring it even, and then I lose it again.
So I gotta be open and real with everybody out there. One of the things I despise in the NASCAR season are weeks off. You gotta give the drivers a break. You gotta give the teams a break. Having that extra time with the family to retool, I totally get it. But from a fan's perspective, Sunday's race day, okay? I'm here on Sunday to watch one hell of a show. That being said, Chris Buescher did extremely well this past week, finished 4th, and it lets me pick going into Nashville in, unfortunately, 2 weeks. Who do I think is going to get it done? My gut tells me a Toyota, and who's looking good in Toyotas this whole year? Christopher Bell in the 20. I think this kid has been utterly stellar all year. He has been very consistent and very cautious this whole entire year. Last year, he had a problem of basically being his own worst enemy. He would put himself in bad situations, take himself out when he had chances to win, but this year you've seen much more of a calculated Christopher Bell. Over the past few years, he has finished 9th in 2021 and 8th in 2022. Top 10 finishes all the way around on a relatively new circuit to the NASCAR Cup Series. I think Christopher Bell has what it takes to get it done this weekend. Joe Gibbs looks stellar week in and week out. I think the 20 car is going to be first place.
I am going, and we're picking for Nashville, so it's going to be William Byron. Nashville is as Hendrick of a track that you can get. The complete opposite of Gateway. Who's won there? Kyle Larson in 2021. Right that up with just about anywhere. Chase Elliott in 2022. All the concrete tracks he was good at. It's William Byron's turn. Back on an intermediate. He's going to win. Win. It's either that or Alex Bowman. And I just picked Byron, you know. So that's it for the video. No, we're not filming next week because obviously there isn't a cup race. But I will be at the NASCAR Euro Series. Maybe I'll film a little bit there. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I might just enjoy it.
And once again, thank you folks for joining us for another episode of NASCAR Cup Dates. Anybody watching at home, please, it always helps the channel. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know how wrong I am, how right he is about all of his opinions and my own. Give me a follow at CupDatesDan on Twitter. Love seeing you guys there, talking to everyone, just talking auto racing. It is what I am here for. I adore this sport. I adore talking to everyone. Want to hear what you folks have to say. Elliot, thank you so much for having me. And as always, you guys have a good night.
Cheers.